I saw Barbarian. I remember.
Finally.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to come out on digital. You had gone and seen it, I guess, like the weekend it opened, or close to that. You went to the theater for to watch that.
So here's the thing: I went to the theaters because they said it was like the last weekend it was going to be in theaters, but then it just kept making more money, so they just kept it in theaters.
Which is smart. Why take it out? Well, we had a window of 30 days to get it out on our digital distribution. It's making money in the theater right now. We'll pay the penalty. Keep it in the theaters, and then we'll release it.
Yeah, so this was a movie that was told to me by numerous friends who'd seen it, and they were like, this movie's great. You're going to love it. Just don't watch anything. Don't know anything going into it. Just go see the movie. I promise you'll enjoy it.
Right.
And I trust my friends for some reason, so I did this. And I was completely blown away, and it was awesome. And it came out, I think, 2 weeks ago on HBO Max so that people could see it in time for Halloween, and that's how Erik finally got to see it.
Yeah,
so,
I watched it after Halloween.
Erik watched it after Halloween. I went and saw it. I went to the theater. I was the only person in my theater. I went to the matinee in Queens, and the one seat that I picked on the screen, I'm like, oh, cool, this seat is dead center, was the one seat that had no lighting on within a 15-seat radius around it. So I couldn't see anything where I was going. I was like, great, there could be like 6 people sitting in this dark bubble. But there wasn't.
Nope.
But yeah, it's a really cool, original horror film that, like, you know, just constantly throws you for a loop. Every time you think you have an idea of what's happening, you don't. But then at the end, everything that you thought was happening kind of happened. So it's a weird one. I loved it. I thought everything about it was great. It was kind of like 2 movies in one, where the first half was this like really intense part, and then the second half was like even more what the fuck. But what were your thoughts on it, Erik? Because
all right, here, I'll break it down.
I'm curious because I got a message from Erik, and it was like 4:30 in the morning. It was like, I saw Barbarian. It was pretty good.
Yeah, so I was watching it because I was doing a lot of video editing. So when you get everything done and you have to let it render, all right, this is going to take a while. I'm going to watch a movie. And so I watch it. It's very sectional, I'll say. Like, there's different sections of the movie where very, very minor, insignificant spoilers. The guy who plays Pennywise.
Oh, Skarsgård.
That whole family's in a bunch of different things. Like, one of them was in True Blood, and then he was in It, and the father does something too. Like, it's a big acting family. So you get the impression of, she shows up at the house. He's already at the house. Is he crazy? Is he going to do something for her? And they keep leading up to that, and then it doesn't. Like, none of that stuff happens. A lot of false flags, a lot of false starts, and a lot of this. Then it shifts to another segment, exploring the house. I'll just say that. So now it's more focused on the girl than it is the other guy. He's not as prominent in this thing. And then she's got to go, like, she goes to a job interview, and then she tells them where she's living. Like, don't stay in that area. Like I just said with Patterson, don't go to Patterson. Don't go there. And she goes, no, it's fine, whatever. The movie starts to unfold, all this weird stuff, and then the movie just kind of stops. It's not even at the halfway point, but it's close to it. Then it just cuts to California with Justin Long's character, and now that story is happening. So it's like, wait. What happened to the first guy? What's going on with her? Now he's just driving on the highway, on the Pacific Coast Highway in his car, and he's taking a phone call. And this is all going on, and then shit happens to him, not like physically, just like in his life, and he's freaking out. And you find out that he owns these houses in Michigan, so he has to go out there. Okay? Like I said, very minor spoilers, not giving a lot away. So now he's out there. Same house, like these other people, and then stuff's going on involving him. And as that progresses, I start to like, all right, this is the twist, okay? So this is going to be the ending. The second half of the movie, there were so many spots that I thought, like, this is the end of the movie. And then something else happens, and then I'm like, all right,
flashback.
This has got to be the end of the movie. And I did something I don't normally do. I checked the time of how much time is left in this movie, not because I'm bored or I'm like, God, this movie's going on forever.
You're curious because there's so much different shit happening.
And I'm looking, I go, how is there still another 35 minutes? Like, it felt like you were right at the end. So, like, this goes on, and then, all right, this is the end. and it goes to black. And then it comes out of black into something else. And then I go check the time. Now there's 20-something minutes. I'm like, what? I lost all track of time watching this movie because it keeps throwing me. And I'm thinking it's going to be this giant gore fest. And then you're like, well, is it going to be a jump scare thing? And every time you think all right, it's fitting into this category, or it's a this thing, and then it switches it up. Yep. And the area that you're expecting the jump scare doesn't happen. But in the area you're expecting, oh, this is going to be gory or whatever, no, but there's the jump scare. Or there's this thing comes to play. I kept watching this movie, and I'm going, I was the reason why I liked it is like I didn't telegraph any of this.
That's why I loved it so much, because
really
I'm really good
off.
at watching. I'm so good at watching things and picking up exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
That when I watch something that throws me for like 30 loops like that, oh man, like there is nothing that makes me fucking happier in a movie.
And there really wasn't
any
just
being fucking wrong, because I'm usually right when I think of things. I've seen a lot of movies. I've worked in television. Like I know tropes. So when those tropes and you see it being presented, and you're like, okay, this is where this trope's going, and then it just hits you in the face with a baseball bat. It's like, no, that's not where this trope's going. This is going a completely different direction.
Right.
You're like, all right, I'm in.
And
this is cool.
It wasn't the twists and turns to throw you in different directions, kind of like an M. Night Shyamalan. A lot of his twists and turns, he's just known for doing that now, so he's a caricature of himself. Yeah. And a lot of the twists and turns, like, there was no need for this, or these other false starts don't really add into this other, like they just weren't necessary. Here, none of it was necessary, but it was interesting they did it. Like you kind of appreciated the fact that that these things did this, and you're like, well, I'm not even mad that this part didn't work out the way I thought, or mad that this part went out. It's interesting it went to this area, and then at the end of it, you're thinking about the movie, and you're like, yeah, I don't think I found anything in this movie that I didn't like.
Everything,
and that's rare.
At the Because you know why? A buddy of mine who I told to watch it, he gets disappointed in a lot of movies, and he'll always be like, I don't understand why everyone liked this. And he was like, I love this movie. You know why? Because there was a definite conclusion. I'm like, yep, there is a definite conclusion to this movie. Like there is no loose threads. They literally do flashbacks to tie up storylines that to question like why they're in the future. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there is nothing that's really left standing at the end other than, you know, maybe what happened to everybody else, but that's a different situation.
Right.
But it's just a really wild movie because the first 40 minutes is like really fucking intense. Like it starts off intense. Like it is this girl in this car cannot get into her Airbnb, and then she's just sitting there and a light just comes on the house. Like it's kind of nuts. And then when she goes in the house and you see the name Barbarian flash on the screen, and all you hear is these low key just screams. Like I don't know if you heard that, but it's like Barbarian. You hear or like these screams. You're like, what the fuck movie?
Well,
I
did hear a lot more because I'm watching it here in the studio, and I'm not with speakers or anything. I have the headphones on, so I'm hearing all the little nuances of. There was a lot of audio cue misdirections too that I was thinking about because I was working on something and I'm listening to it, and then they do the dynamic sound thing where also it's like back here in this thing, so you're feeling
where you
like
hear like behind you.
Yeah, they're doing all that stuff, so then you'd stop and I go watch, and there's one scene. It really doesn't mean anything, but there's just one scene where they just pan the light over and they just see cages, right? And there's like some noise with the cages ruffling. I was like, oh, that's an interesting little audio tidbit that I probably wouldn't have heard of if I was watching it on TV. If I, having the headphones on, I heard that. Didn't mean anything, didn't lead to anything, but it was just interesting that they added some stuff in there that didn't really necessarily need to be there, but it was interesting that they were.
I was joking because I was like, this is the movie that should have been called Nope that came out in theaters. Because the whole time I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, nope, don't do that. Don't go there. Like, this is why, idea. Honestly, this is why I was really upset that there was no one in my theater, because this is the movie you go to theaters to watch, because this is the one where people are going to be saying like, oh no, don't do that. Like, that kind of like, there's being loud at a movie where it's disruptive, and then there's like being loud at a movie where it actually kind of adds to it. And this is one of those ones where I feel like it would add to it. Like seeing A Quiet Place in a packed theater was an amazing experience because it was just everyone being like the third time she's gone up that stairs, someone's like, if you step on that fucking nail. I heard some guy in the background say it fucking killed everyone in the theater. Like everyone started dying. The guy's like, don't step on that fucking nail again, you know, like. But those kind of movies, it works.
Yeah.
Where like you have that crowd reaction. And I wish I saw this in a crowd to have those reactions. Because like I said, it should have been called Nope. Because the whole time you are sitting there
I know where this is
saying,
going. And
do not do that. Do not do that. Why is there a video camera? Just keep Nope. Just Nope out of that house. Like that's what it should have been.
Yeah.
Nope. The movie Nope could have been called Barbarian and it would have made sense.